What's up guys, I'm Chris Doughty aka Doughtinator. Welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to do something that I rarely do, and that is the Gran Turismo World Series Nations Cup. Not many of you guys do this, so this is going to be interesting for me to kind of just give my experiences of what happened in this race. This is the pinnacle of Gran Turismo esports. This is the Nations Cup. This particular round is at Fuji International Speedway. Group 1 cars, my all-time favourite cars, but the weather is going to play a factor in this one. And I have to say, what an intro. This kind of gets me really fired up. It makes a real sense of occasion. This is the Nations Cup. I'm doing this for king and country. The qualifying session for this race didn't go particularly well. Ended up starting 13th on the grid, but you can see the rain is absolutely hammering it down. And a lot of drivers in this race are on intermediate tyres. I went with the wet weather tyre option. Looking at the wet track meter, the track is soaking. I expect to see absolute carnage here. Yeah, look, full wet tyres for me. The track wetness meter is almost full. I'm hoping that the rain is going to continue and then we're going to get some standing water, and these wet weather tyres are going to be absolutely perfect for me. So from 13th on the grid, and we're going to make our way forwards in this race now. Through turn 1, successful. Yellow flags out already. Already one car has dropped it there on the exit of the first corner, up to 12th position. Through the kink now, we're going to take it very cautiously through here, and I can just feel the car losing grip, just spinning up, almost losing the rear end of the car there, and someone's dropped it already. Someone's wide and someone else is wide again, so yeah, already up to 9th position, and we've not even got round the half of the first lap, but someone's going to go to the inside. Absolute dive bomb maneuver there. Bit of a block pass, but it wasn't too bad for me. We both stayed on the track. Yellow flags are out again. Absolute chaos here. So we're still in 9th position on the brakes into the slowest corner in the track, into the final sector of Fuji. It looks like absolute chaos has kicked off there. Luckily ghosted that one. Sneaking through to the inside of these guys here and just escaping the gaggle behind. Oh, it's kicked off there. Absolute scenes behind me, and I'm lucky to escape that one. Up to 6th position, and we've barely finished one lap of this race. I'm feeling quite confident about this race, guys. This Fuji Sector 3 is a completely weird section of the track. You can gain so much time, you can lose so much time. There's so many different lines you can take. We're going to go into the final corner now and get it all punted from behind. Absolutely sent off the track. That is, I'm frustrated with that, because I'm now down to 9th position, and I was on then, guys. I was carving my line for the final corner, just punted forwards. That is not good. Chaotic first lap of the race, but in all fairness, I'm up to 7th position. That's a net gain for me, and someone's in the slipstream of us. Going to slightly defend this one into turn 1. Not really sure where the braking point needs to be. It's so wet this track is right now. Sam in front there, friend of the channel, good to see you out there on the track. Always good to see you, always great racing, and we're going to try our best to get past him in this race. That's 6th position. The official Super GT position is up for grabs, but hopefully we can race forwards. The guy behind, the Spanish driver, looks quite fast, and the track conditions are treacherous. We're going to run too wide there, getting on the wet part of the track now. Surely we're going to be hitting some standing water soon, and these wet tyres are going to start to play into the advantage. Other drivers on the intermediate tyres are probably getting the advantage right now, and it's going to blow my doors off there. After reviewing all the footage, I really think I made a bit of an error sometimes with the driving and didn't try to preserve the hybrid, and it's going to leave me defenseless on some corner exits now. But the Spanish driver ahead now, a bit of swaz from the corner exit on him, but through Fuji Sector 3 you can get completely lost in here, and especially in the wet weather, but we are going to really start to close into the back of this driver here now. Can we get a move, trying to get offset line to the inside, to the outside? A lot of swaz from the car ahead. The final corner on this track, you can go for the wide line to get the driver. Spanish driver to the inside. Surprised me a little bit there, but we're going to try and get in this. Look at the drive off the corner from that car there. That has got to be hybrid related. Not really got much answer for that one. Skipping forwards now on the run into the slow hairpin. We're going to get on the brakes, and just Sam's going to go a little bit wide. We're going to be really wide as well, but we should be able to get... What the hell was that? That was shocking. Oh man, I was on... Let me know what you think of that one in the comments below. Let's take a closer look at that one in a replay. From the TV camera replay now, into the braking zone, and we're going to get through the corner, and the Porsche behind just drives straight through me, and just like I'm not even there. Looking back one more time, my onboard view facing backwards, we're a little bit wide through the hairpin, but it's all good. But it just drives straight through me. Let me know what you think of that one in the comments below, guys. And then on board with the guy who had the incident, let's call him Driver X, and just drives straight through me. There's no remorse there at all. And looking at it in a little bit more detail, this is the same driver. This is lap 1 in the race, and he's going to dive into the same corner and just cause absolute scenes. Shocking stuff, absolutely shocking stuff. He does, however, pick up a penalty for that privilege, and now, as if by magic, this was the guy that punted me on lap 1. So it's just multiple incidents. Look at that, getting sent absolutely miles off the track. Let me know what you think of that one in the comments below. Yeah, guys, I was feeling good in that race. All I can do now is run it as a time trial, so I'm 16 seconds behind the leader, and I'm just going to try and run my laps as best I can. Use this as practice. I'm going to go again, guys. And then towards the end of the race now, 1 lap to go, I managed to close that gap to the leader to 14 seconds, 14 and a half seconds. So I felt quite good pace-wise. Skipping forward to the end of the race, we're going to bring it home in 11th position. Slightly disappointing results, 15 seconds to the leader in the end. So I had pace to be at the front of the field, and I think with my start it all worked out pretty good, but I'm not satisfied with that. I think I can go again. Qualifying session didn't go perfectly to plan, 11th on the grid, so we're basically going to finish. We're going to start the next race where we finished the last race. A bit different tyre strategy this time. I went with the intermediate tyres. I reviewed the footage from the previous race. Every single driver was on intermediate tyres, and I think the weather is looking a little bit better for this race now. So starting in 11th, different field of drivers, a really stacked A+ field of drivers in this Gran Turismo World Series Nations Cup event. And realistically speaking, on a good day, a top 10 would be a good result for me. So that's what we're going to aim for in this race. Starting 11th, need to gain a few positions to get inside that top 10, and we'll see how this one's going to play out. I feel much more confident. I've had one whole race of practice essentially, and we are closing the back of drivers ahead now. Down into the big braking zone for the first time in this race. Hopefully everyone's going to behave. Should have a gap to me from behind, and we're going to be quite cautious on the brakes for lap 1. Just nicely connecting with the apex just about. Bit of swaz on corner exit there. The track is very wet. I think the track will start to dry off as the race goes on, but right now the track is wet and intermediate tyres may not be the tyres to be on. A little bit of battling for the drivers ahead now. That's ideal for us. Whenever drivers are going to go side by side, block pass for us, 2 for 1 on the corner exit there. That's fantastic. Are we going to be able to get through the final corner? And oh, is that contact? I don't know if it was. I feel like history repeating itself again, but we are going to get a nice corner exit. Gained a couple of positions on that first lap, up to 9th. That's a solid start for us. But we are getting dropped down the straight for some reason. I think, yeah, for sure I need to work on the way I use my hybrid and keep it active for the race. The British driver behind now, is he going to make the move into turn 1? He's going to go to the inside, and we're going to try and hang it. No, we're not really going to be able to defend that one. Lost a position down to 10th. I need to just focus on running consistent lap times in the challenging conditions. Skipping forward now, lap number 6. Yellow flags are out, bit of swaz on the corner exit from ourselves, but it looks like drivers are starting to bunch up ahead. This could be my opportunity here to get into the top 10, try and get as far up the field as we possibly can. On the brakes now into the tight corner there, and yeah, two cars are definitely battling there. Spain versus GB, and they're going to be going side by side through Fuji sector 3. There's going to be a lot of tripping over there, and look at them right now, wasting a lot of time there battling, and we are closing right in. Can we get another 2 for 1? Doesn't quite look like it just yet, but we are massively closing into the drivers ahead now. I think I'm going to go for the tight line in the final corner, get to the inside, and then try and park the car on the apex. The Spanish driver cuts back, gets the old switcheroo, drag race down the main straight now, battle for 10th and 9th position, and it looks like we are just about edging the drag race down the straight now, but he's got the inside corner for the first corner. It's going to be a case of who knows their braking point the best, and he's going to go to the inside now. We're going to be very late on the brakes there and try and hang it around the outside. Is that going to work out? We're going to give him space, a little bit of swaz on the corner exit, but a fantastically defended manoeuvre there around the outside in turn 1. And we've got another British driver joining me for the Spain versus Team GB battle here. Skipping forwards now, lap number 9. And the driver in front, Midnight, I have him on my friends list, but I actually don't know who it is. I think that's a name change from someone before. So if that's you, let me know in the comments below. We had a great race, absolutely fantastic battling, really aggressive, really hard racing, but I just love it. So he's going to go to the inside now, and we're going to try and sweep it around the outside again to see if we can defend that one. We're all the way around the outside once more in turn 1, and we get that move defended. Fantastic stuff there. The wet weather conditions are challenging for all the drivers, and now it's starting to become GB versus Spain battle. And once again, side by side with Midnight round the long sweeping corner. Absolute dangerous stuff, but the confidence to go on the outside of me, absolutely fantastic stuff there. Really good driving from both of us, I gotta say. But he's got that move done. I'm looking for a move into the big braking zone. I don't know if this one's going to work out. He's defending the inside. I'm going to look to the outside, get a bit of overlap on the brakes now, a bit deeper on the brakes than he is. Not quite going to get the switch back. Driver behind falls in quite nicely. Look at the radar, and it's all really bunching up now. This is fantastic racing. This is how Nations Cup should be. Absolutely nose to tail racing. Super swaz from the driver ahead now. Going to sneak to the inside. Just about got the room. Oh, clattering the curb there. A bit of a clumsy move there, guys. Let me know what you think of that one in the comments below. But the driver's still to the inside in the final corner. Give him room on the inside, trying to get a sweeping drive, and a bit of swaz from myself there, up onto the curb, onto the very outside of the track. 2 Spanish drivers are going to be getting the advantage as my hybrid just dies completely on the corner exit. Lost a bunch of positions there, down to 11th place, and it's kicking off into turn 1. People going side by side. We need to try and gain these positions back, maintain my composure. I can race forwards. I know I can do it. Now into turn 1 now, side by side for drivers 3 wide. Is that going to be 3 wide into the kink? How's this one going to play out? This is really going to kick off, guys. I can see nothing but spray in front of me. Spanish driver's going to go wide. We're going to go to the inside and sneak through there and just about block off that move through the long sweeping right-hander. A couple of drivers ahead now. Who can I pass now? Up to 10th. Midnight ahead now. Spanish driver ahead of that, a little bit wide on all of the corner exits there, but we've got a bit of swaz on corner exit there. Oh man, this is kicking off. It's a super intense race on the edge of control in these wet weather conditions. On the brakes now into the big braking zone. Very slow corner on the track. I didn't know whether it should be in a 2nd gear corner or 1st gear corner, but now through Fuji sector 3, gain or lose a lot of time through here, and it looks like Midnight is getting a lot of swaz out of that car there. We've got a great drive through that right-hander, through the sweeping left. Look to the outside this time to see if we can get the cutback. And we just about get the cutback now. Are we going to be too wide for the final corner on the track? We're looking to get a drive down the main straight, tight exit. And we get a good drive out the corner. Is the hybrid going to stay alive? And we're dead, out of hybrid. I think he's also out of hybrid. And we're to the outside. We're going to back off the throttle a little bit. Get back in the slipstream. I want to be to the inside at the end of this straight now, defending aggressively for Midnight, but the door's still open to the inside. We're going to go on the brakes. Who's going to be late on the brakes now? And he's just going to see us there, nicely avoided there by Midnight, I've got to say, or loses a position to the Spanish driver now, but they're going to get that move done up to 9th position. This is the last lap of the race now. I need to really hit my marks now. Don't let that Spanish driver in, and wide from the Spanish driver. Is that going to be a track limits penalty? It doesn't look like it. We're still under threat. Is it going to be a send into the left-hander? It looks good to me. We're a little bit wide. We're going to get a nice corner exit. Bit of swaz there. Midnight's going to drop the car on the corner exit, so it's 1v1 now for the 9th place position. Back on board now. Is he going to make a big send into the final significant braking zone in the track? We're just a little bit wide now. He's going to close in just fractionally, but we're going to survive that one now. Sector 3 Fuji, as we said before, it can be all sorts of chaos here. You can see that the racing line is starting to dry really, so not only have you got the difficulty of Fuji Sector 3, there are wet parts of the track now. We're going to be quite narrow in defensive, and I think we're going to go narrow for the final corner, not allow him to send it down the inside, and just try and get the car squared off. I dragged the brakes a little bit then just to make sure my hybrid had a little bit of charge in it. Get on the gas, drive to the line, and I think we're going to get that done. 9th place, top 10 results across the line. That was a seriously difficult race, so super challenging conditions, and we're going to come home in 9th position. Let me know what you think of that one in the comments below. There was an instant in that race where I think it was a little bit clumsy. I think it was probably a bit bad on my part, and we're going to review that now. Through the lap number 10, this is through Fuji Sector 3 now. Midnight is ahead, and we're going to be following through this sector here. Through this right-hander, you're just going to get a lot of swaz on corner exit, which is going to allow me to close in. And I just wanted to sneak to the inside, and there's a little bit of bumping going on. Oh gosh, let me know what you think of that one in the comments below, guys. I'm saying that's hard but fair. He is still to the inside, and then we're going to run to the final corner of the track to get a drive to the straight. And yeah, let me know what you think of that one in the comments below, guys. I really enjoyed this race. I wish I could do more Nations Cup, but I'm just never available when it's scheduled to start each time. If you have enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments below. Hit that like button, consider subscribing if you haven't already. Make sure you check out the video linked on screen right now. I'm sure you'll love that one, and I will catch you in the next one.